a little lion fell from the sky and happened to land in a bird's nest. Suddenly, an eagle swooped down and chased the lion away, but it landed in Alma's arms. Alma was surprised and had no idea where this lion came from, so she decided to take it home for the time being. To her astonishment, as Alma was about to close the door, a white wolf burst in with a wolf cub in its mouth and hid under the table. Alma, summoning her courage, took a flashlight and approached to investigate. She discovered that the wolf had settled down and refused to leave. Unable to call the forest police due to a lack of signal on the island, Alma went to the lake in search of a signal and coincidentally encountered a patrol officer from the Animal Association. It turns out that there was a plane crash last night, and the lion cub on the plane, which was to be transported to the circus, has also disappeared. They are now searching for it. Alma sniffs and subconsciously hides the fact that she found the lion cub. She can't bear to send the lion cub to the circus, and it's this decision that will change them destiny forever. After bidding farewell to the patrol officer, Alma once again gathered her courage and approached the wolf mother. At this moment, the lion, who had been hungry all day, stumbled over and plunged into the arms of the wolf mother, eagerly drinking its milk. Fortunately, the wolf mother didn't drive away the little lion. Alma was amused by this scene and decided to take them in. In the following days, Alma would take them to play in the forest every morning, where they would chase and frolic among the streams. When Alma rested, the two little ones would lie quietly, guarding Alma like two little knights. They added a touch of joy to Alma's otherwise mundane life. One day, Alma had to go out for something, and though she was worried, she had to ask the two little ones to watch the house. But luckily, they had the wolf mother with them. Unbeknownst to Alma, as soon as she left, hunters discovered the wolf mother foraging in the forest. They cautiously raised their tranquilizer guns, and the wolf mother fell to the ground as the hunters excitedly approached to put a collar on it. When Alma returned home, she was shocked to see the mess the two little ones had made. Before she could get angry, she noticed that the wolf mother was missing. Alma searched everywhere but couldn't find it. As she realized that the two little ones hadn't eaten in 2 days, she quickly cooked a large pot of meat for them. She knew she couldn't take care of these two little ones, so the only option was to contact the Animal Protection Association to take them away. That night, the two little ones seemed to sense something. They climbed up the stairs and sneaked into Alma's room, snuggling up beside her. In that moment, Alma secretly made a firm decision that she would never abandon these two little ones. After the wolf mother left, Alma became their mother. She took care of them attentively, playing with them on the grass and playing melodic piano tunes for them. Sometimes, the little wolf, driven by curiosity, would even sit at the piano and play on its own. The sound of the piano echoed through the forest, bidding farewell to the twilight. Soon, winter arrived, and the white snow covered the mountains and forests. The two little ones grew into large creatures. They played and frolicked in the snow while Alma prepared lavish dinners for them at home. As winter turned into spring, the forest regained its vitality. After an entire winter of pent-up energy, the two little ones dashed and frolicked through the forest. Coincidentally, a mother and daughter arrived on the island to enjoy their vacation. When the wolf and lion saw them, they sprinted towards them with agile limbs. Alma panicked and was afraid they might frighten the visitors. She hurriedly chased after them, but accidentally tripped and hit her head on a rock. The wolf, in a state of panic, rushed towards Alma and desperately rubbed against her, trying to wake her up. The lion quickly arrived as well, and they both surrounded Alma, anxiously roaring, seemingly seeking human help. Eventually, the next morning, someone passed by on the lake. The little wolf immediately howled loudly, and the man followed the sound and discovered the unconscious Alma. However, the presence of the wolf and lion by her side made the man hesitate to approach. He had to seek the help of the forest police. Alma was finally taken to the hospital, and the doctors expressed relief that the wolf and lion had kept her warm throughout the night. Otherwise, she might not have survived. When Alma woke up, her first concern was the whereabouts of the wolf and lion. Unexpectedly, her injury had inadvertently exposed them. The forest police captured them and quickly contacted the relevant authorities. The snow wolf was handed over to the Snow Wolf Breeding and Conservation Center as a rare animal. The little wolf was well protected there, and it even reunited with its mother, as it turned out that the wolf mother had been taken away by the personnel from the conservation center. The lion wasn't as fortunate as the wolf. It was returned to the circus. The circus owner would give it injections every day, attempting to control it. They even removed the lion's sharp claws, turning it into a tool for the circus's profit. They locked it inside a wooden crate, using it for people's entertainment and amusement. The lion was terrified and could only express its anger through fierce roars. But nobody cared about it in this place. Alma, while in the hospital, was deeply concerned about them. One day, taking advantage of the nurse's distraction, she secretly sneaked out of the hospital. She quickly contacted the people from the Snow Wolf Conservation Center and ensured that the little wolf was safe. The only one she was still worried about was the lion. She began visiting circuses across the country, asking if they had a lion whenever she encountered a traveling circus. Unfortunately, she received negative answers. Meanwhile, the circus owner was touring with the lion, and on this day, the circus car happened to drive near the Snow Wolf Conservation Center, and the coyote heard the lion's hiss at once. He yelled in response to his friend, and at this moment, the coyote made a bold decision in his mind that he would find the lion and save him. So the coyote used its limbs to desperately dig the earth around the iron fence, and that night, it finally escaped. The staff at the conservation center looked at the damaged fence and couldn't help but marvel. This wolf is truly a genius. Assuming that the little wolf had escaped to find Alma, they called her. Upon learning the news of the little wolf's escape, Alma immediately realized that it must have gone to find the lion. As expected, the little wolf had already located the circus. Following the lion's scent, it quickly dug a small hole outside the iron gate and effortlessly slipped into the circus. However, when it approached the cage where the lion was locked, it found itself unable to open it. The little wolf then picked up a stick with its mouth, trying to pry open the cage. Seeing the little wolf struggling, the lion lazily got up and bit the other end of the stick. Together, they exerted force, and the stick snapped. The lion, feeling embarrassed, let out a dissatisfied roar, which unexpectedly attracted the circus owner's attention. The little wolf quickly ran to hide nearby, while the circus owner, perplexed by the agitated lion, opened the cage. This was the moment the little wolf had been waiting for. It sprinted forward, knocking down the circus owner and swiftly escaping. The lion followed nonchalantly. The two best friends were reunited once again, and they affectionately nuzzled each other. Next, they should go back home. The wolf and the lion continuously searched for the direction of their home using residual scents. When they were hungry, they would stealthily sneak into supermarkets and boldly search for food. The supermarket security guard would rush over upon hearing the noise, but then cleverly retreat into the security room. By the time the guard triggered the alarm, the wolf and lion had already escaped. On the other side, Alma learned about the news of the little wolf rescuing the lion from the people at the conservation center. The man asked Alma for help in finding them because the little wolf had a tracking collar around its neck, allowing them to quickly determine its location. At the moment, the entire city's police force was searching for the wolf and lion, and the circus owner had also arrived in the forest with a gun. They soon discovered the lion's tracks, and the circus owner aimed his gun at the lion. Seeing this, the little wolf rushed over without hesitation, knocking down the circus owner. In the process, it was hit by a tranquilizer dart. The dosage of the tranquilizer meant for the lion could potentially be lethal for the little wolf. To avoid trouble, the circus owner instructed his son to remove the collar from the little wolf's neck. After they left, the lion hurried to the side of the little wolf, anxiously calling out to it. Perhaps it was the lion's cries that awakened the little wolf's will, as it miraculously regained consciousness. That night, Alma and the others followed the tracking signal and found the circus owner. It turned out that the boy hadn't actually discarded the collar but kept it with him. The kind-hearted boy led them to the place where the little wolf had an incident, but the little wolf was no longer there. Now, they had to find them before the police did. At that moment, the boy mentioned that the lion enjoyed listening to piano music during its time at the circus. Alma's face lit up with a smile as she came up with an idea. They drove through the forest, playing music loudly. As expected, the lion followed the sound and quickly approached them. They had finally found the lion. Soon, the lion led Alma to the location of the little wolf, which had been hiding in her grandfather's small cabin all along. Just as Alma was about to take them home, the police also found them. Seeing this, Alma hurriedly fled with the wolf and lion. They ran all the way to the edge of a lake, and if they could swim across that lake, they would be able to go home. However, the police were close behind, ready to shoot the wolf and lion at any moment. Seeing this, the lion signaled Alma to take the coyote and go first, then ran resolutely into the forest to distract the police. Alma could only leave with the little wolf, her heart filled with sorrow. After a difficult journey, they finally made it back home. From a distance, they heard a few gunshots coming from the forest. As Alma anxiously looked at the shore where the lion was guarding, she sadly realized that the lion might not return. Just then, there was a commotion in the nearby jungle, and to their surprise, it was the lion. It had successfully escaped the pursuit. The little wolf excitedly ran up to greet it, and everyone shed tears for their incredible bond. True and sincere emotions can transcend species boundaries. Between two animals that were supposed to be natural enemies, the greatest friendship was born, and it all stemmed from love. Without buying and selling, there would be no killing. Animals are not tools for humans to make a living. They belong to nature. This is a true story, and the wolf and lion continued to live together forever, growing up in freedom and happiness. I am Movie Lover, and I welcome you to subscribe to my channel. See you next time.